Hello, this is Michelle, and I would like to explain a bit more about the action plan. So the purpose of World Merit 360 is to empower youth to contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. How do we do this? By bringing 360 passionate changemakers together to go through a virtual and offline program. The outcome will be that all of you will be taking ownership of the development and implementation of an action plan. What is this action plan? This will be a detailed document including all steps to take to achieve a specific goal towards your SDG. So in the development of your action plan, we would like to provide you some guidelines. So this video, I would like to elaborate on 3 action plan criteria points, which will help you in your SDG group process. In every stage of the action plan development and implementation, you can cross-check with these 3 criteria points to see if you're still on track. I will first mention all 3 criteria points and then explain them in more detail. So we have 3 action plan criteria points. The first one is that the action plan should be aligned with your vision. Your vision will exist out of 4 parts, namely the purpose, ambitious goal, core values, and core qualities. I will elaborate on your SDG vision development in a bit. The second action plan criteria is that it should be action-oriented. So it's going to be about a real underground action with a direct impact. And lastly, the action plan should be developed as a 3-layer timeline structure. The following question is key. What is feasible when with the people in our team in terms of their time and resources? So I will now explain all 3 criteria points in more detail. The first one is the actual vision development. So you with your SDG group will develop a vision which will guide you through the process and formulates the red line. Why is a vision actually important? Why is it important for a SDG group to develop one? So there are 5 reasons explaining the importance of a vision. First of all, a vision provides meaning. A vision helps people to understand why they do what they do and why it is important. Secondly, a vision provides direction. The ambitious goal incorporated in a vision functions as a guidance for action steps. Thirdly, a vision connects people. The vision focuses on people's shared values and goals, which bonds them. The fourth point is that a vision causes movement and activity. It shows people where to move towards. And lastly, the vision functions as a criteria to evaluate activity. You can always cross-check your activity with vision to see if you're still on track. So a vision provides meaning, direction, connection, movement, and functions as a criteria to evaluate activity. For these reasons, it's very valuable to establish a vision with your SDG team. Now we know why a vision is important. We're going to look into what a vision actually means. So what is a vision? A vision is a future aspiration or a dream. And it exists out of 4 parts, which were all connected and interlinked. So these 4 parts are demonstrated in this visual. It shows 4 aspects of the vision. So the first one is that a vision should entail a purpose. The purpose explains why we, our SDG group, exist. What is our unique contribution? So why do we exist? A purpose should be a meaningful description leading to inspiration, connection, and energy. To give an example, the purpose of World Merit is to fight complex global issues by building confidence, raising aspiration, and connecting diverse people of merit. Next to the purpose, we have core qualities. So core qualities explains in what we as an SDG group stand out. It illustrates our strengths and helps to formulate realistic goals. The action plan should make use of our core qualities. An example of some core qualities of World Merit is that we are resilient, dedicated, vision-focused, innovative, and collaborative. So that's the core qualities. Then we also have our core values, explaining what our SCG group believes in and what our ideals are. So these core values provide guidance in decision making. They also connect people of the SCG group with each other, since the core values illustrate shared beliefs. As an example, core values of World Merit are the EPIC values named empowerment, pioneering, integrity, and collaboration. So we have purpose, core qualities, core values, and lastly, our ambitious goal. So the ambitious goal explains what we as an SCG group strive for. What do we want to achieve? It illustrates our ultimate dream goal. For example, an ambitious goal of World Merit is that we would have a world where every young person has equal access to opportunities based on merit. So these 4 parts, purpose, core qualities, core values, and ambitious goals, together make a vision. Now we know why a vision is important and what a vision exists of. It is time to define how we are going to develop our SCG vision. So there are 2 important reference points in discovering your vision. First of all, the 4-part vision circle is key. So it's about defining your purpose, ambitious goal, core values, and qualities. Secondly, your vision should meet the AMDRR criteria in order to be effective. So what does this stand for? It stands for ambitious, motivational, distinctive, relevant, and real. To elaborate on this a bit more, is that a vision should first of all be ambitious. So it should be voicing your dreams, your passions, and desires. Secondly, your vision should be motivational. It should inspire, touch, and move people. It should create energy to drive people to optimally use their core qualities. A vision should also be distinctive. It should showcase what makes us unique. A vision is also important to be relevant, so it should have relevance to everyone concerned. And lastly, a vision should be real, in a sense that it shows the essence of the SCG group and be realistic, therefore not be impossible. Now we showed this criteria, we can fill out the 4-part vision circle. So we're going to look at the 4 parts of the vision circle. When we're going to define our purpose, so why do we exist, it is valuable to go over the AMDRR criteria. So when we answer questions such as, what are our ambitions? What motivates us? In what do we distinct ourselves? How are we relevant for our parties concerned? And to what extent are the answers formulated above realistic? When we are trying to answer these questions, it's valuable to each time ask the question, why? When we keep asking why, it will bring us to the purpose, to our purpose, and therefore the purpose of your SCG group. So this could help out to define the purpose. Then secondly, we have our core qualities. In what do we stand out? So to define in your SCG group what your core qualities are, it's first of all valuable to analyze the skills and competences you have within your team. See what are you good at? What are the members in your team skilled in? And secondly, you're going to analyze this and choose 3 to 6 core qualities representing in what your team stands out. And this should be the basis of choosing and being realistic in what your action plan could be. I have a list of examples of skills. So this could be that your team is very good at business, is very disciplined, is very independent, good at sales, good at very loyal, and different kind of skills. This list will also be shared with all of you, so you can use it when you're analyzing your core qualities. The third part is the core values. Where do we stand for? When you're going to define your core values, it's very valuable to first of all have a look in the team. So what are core values of everyone as an individual, and are there overlapping values? It's secondly useful to set team values. So what are the values we want to have within the team? And lastly, it could also help when your purpose is already defined to ask which values are important for the purpose to be maintained. Here is also an overview of a lot of values you could choose as an SDG group. Think about commitment, diversity, honesty, optimism, and many more. This list will also be shared with all of you, so you can define your own core values. And lastly, we then have our ambitious goal. So what do we strive for? It's very useful to gather inspirational examples of ambitious existing movements, to get an idea of existing ambitious goals and things you feel aligned with. And secondly, then formulate your inspirational ambitious goal, so it is inspirational. So those are the steps how to develop your vision. And I'm very excited for all of you to go through this process and create your own vision. So that was the first action plan criteria point. And now I would like to take you to the second one, which is that an action plan should be action-oriented. So what does this actually mean? What is action-oriented? It's about on-the-ground practical action to prevent or solve problems. It's about being active instead of passive. About having a direct impact instead of an indirect impact. And it's about doing stuff and not only talking about it. So that is the essence of an action plan being action-oriented. And lastly, I would like to take you to the last action plan criteria point, which is that the action plan should have a 3-layer timeline, meaning the following. The first, so after the online event in the UK, your group will first focus on the implementation of a pilot of your action plan. So focusing on the pilot version should be the first 6 months. So that's the startup phase, when you're going to see if the action plan idea actually works. After the pilot is completed, it is very important to review the implementation and impact. So what impact did your pilot version had, and how can we improve it? So that's the next phase of 6 months. In this step, you're also going to look into developing the plan and making it scalable, so scaling it up. What are the options of implementing it in different communities all around the globe? So that's also included in the second 6 months. When you created a plan for scalability, then it's time to actually do this. So it's about seeing where this project can be scaled and in which communities it can be implemented. So first is the pilot version. The action plan should be feasible to actually have a pilot version in 6 months. Then you're going to review it, measure the impact, and develop a plan for scaling it up. And then you're actually going to scale up the action plan. So is it possible for people all around the world to implement the action plan in their communities? And those were the 3 action plan criteria, which will hopefully help you in the development and implementation of it. To recap them again, first of all, it's to align your action plan with your 4-part vision circle. Secondly, it's about the action plan being actually action-oriented. And lastly, it's about the 3-layer timeline of achieving an actual impact. We are very excited for all of you to start with this development and the process. And we wish you a lot of good luck and enjoy. Thank you.